Welcome back, Crits and Failures. This is Critical Fail, your D&D podcast and video series. Back again with another adventure. This is the final adventure of our third session, and it is a good one. As always, Critical Fail is brought to you by Matt's Mats. Matt's Mats are the acrylic 1-inch grid system that we make ourselves. That's a play mat that you can draw on with dry erase markers and be flexible and creative and innovative and just have a lot of fun. It works great for us. It can work great for you. Please go to criticalfail.com, critical with a 1 instead of an L, fail.com, and you can check out more about Matt's Mats and see a little video I made about them. This episode, as I said before, is the end of the third session, and next session has already been recorded and will start on Friday. Oh, also, you might hear us talking off screen to people like Hunt the Box. Those are our friends on Twitch. We are just having fun doing this. We hope you are too. It is going better and better for us. Please share, like, favorite, subscribe, follow, do all those things. Most importantly, tell people out there about us. If you are part of a conversation, that's the only way we can grow, and it is going well, and it can keep going well. If you guys are enjoying this, please, that's all we ask. So without further ado, Critical Fail episode 22, Ooze isn't just for turtles. That's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles joke.
I want to go onto this road.
Why don't we light it on fire?
Well, sing it a fire song, Bard.
Sing us a song.
Ring of Fire.
See?
13 plus 8 plus 4, so it's 12, so another 25.
So you're singing a song. Do you have a spell or anything, or are you just singing like Ring of Fire?
No, just inspire. I'll do inspire bardic inspiration for the dwarf.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. He starts singing Ring of Fire, and
I get up close to it and I spark my hammer on the ground to try to throw some sparks on it.
okay, very cool.
And I guess I'm closer to it.
For sure.
It's just
Great initiative.
he inspired me to do the thing that I probably wouldn't have.
Thanks, dude. Everybody roll initiative.
16. Thornton is 16.
14.
13. Wow, that's funny. Same order as before. Wait, what did you say you rolled, Jake?
14.
You were 13. 13. Okay. So opposite order.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you spark off some sparks into it, and they kind of just fall like half-heartedly. I don't want to say like that fire has no effect against this thing, but like sparks. I mean, you know, it would barely hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Like casting sparks into it. But as you like do this, like you cast, you know, a bright spark of light across it, just in time to see it like lunge at you, and try to make you look like this.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Black pudding.
Oh, hey.
yeah. Tries to do that to Thornton, except this stuff is covering like the floor a long ways. So that's what happens, and as it lunges at you, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
Let me see here. So 22 versus AC.
Well, that hits.
You've got the bardic inspiration, which you can use towards your AC.
Oh, I can roll that 6
Yeah.
towards my AC. You got 22, so I have to get 4 or better. 5 or better. Here
Okay.
we go. 6.
Nice.
Doesn't hit.
Just the ballad of Johnny Cash and Urith is enough to inspire you to shove it off and step back.
A weird spinny move that's a little too agile for a dwarf.
Yeah, exactly. Because you said you stepped forward to do that. So you're just on the edge of it. Urith, your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna run away.
Okay, run him away. Oh, he's already ran away.
Over here?
Yep.
Or do you want
Yeah,
to cross
there
the
we go.
water? Oh, over here. On the other side of that door?
Actually, I'm gonna go closer to the water, or onto the other side of the water if I can.
Okay, he just completely runs away. Liam.
So technically, I'm still behind the wall and haven't seen any of this.
Oh, you can be over here and have seen this if you want.
Okay.
Unless you don't want to have seen it.
Well, that's...
I would assume you're peeking around at him.
Okay. I'm just gonna just stay here.
Okay.
See what happens.
Okay.
Do nothing, as I'm still not quite sure what just happened.
Okay. Thornton, you're up. This thing is kind of starting to try and, like, gather itself up and, like, lurch towards you in a wave.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to do something to it or not.
Maybe he's afraid of lilies.
Now, am I assuming that smacking it with a hammer isn't going to do as much as I hope, or does it seem to be like it may be susceptible to bludgeoning?
It could hurt it. Yeah, I mean, it is a giant, or it's a giant organic membrane. So it'd be more like getting hit. Yeah, in some like that. You could hurt it, like hurt it and tear it.
So how tall is it?
At the moment, it is just a couple feet tall as it starts to gather itself up.
Does that mean that... Sorry. Does that mean that, like, the piercing damage from, like, my arrow wouldn't do anything then? Because it would just kind of absorb it?
I don't know. You'll have to. There's only one way to really find out.
I'm going to do a unique underhand swing.
Yeah.
As to, instead of hitting it this way where it would splash out,
Sure.
I want it to splash back that way
For sure.
with my warhammer.
Okay.
Okay. 17 plus 6 is 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Since I hit it so well, I'm giving it Divine Smite. Explain to me how I'm reading this. The extra spell damage for Divine Smite is 2d8 for a first level spell slot, then 1d8 for each 1d8 for each level higher than first. So since I only have first level spell slots, but 3 of them, I just do 2d8.
Yep. And if you had a second level spell slot, you could add a d8 to that and use that, but you don't.
Gotcha. 2d8. 10 plus...
A bazillion.
yeah, so
a D10
1d10
is your normal attack?
So 21 damage.
Holy cow.
And it's radiant. I should let you know.
Very cool.
Yeah, deal radiant damage to the target in addition to the weapon's damage.
Very cool.
So
okay.
underhanded smack in an attempt to hit it maybe a little back towards the room,
Sure.
but a lot of radiant damage with
You're
just a solid hammer.
absolutely. Your like hammer hits it, and then the radiant damage, like the power of Ula, like expands out to it, and just like lightning bolts through it like fire. It is still coming on very strong, but you've absolutely heard it.
And to be clear, everyone can see the whole room really well right now.
Yeah, sure,
When that
absolutely.
lights up, everything is very well lit.
What you see in that moment is that the backside of the ooze, which was spread very thin and over this whole area, is now swelling up towards you, and it rises up and starts to just kind of cover the end of this walkway here, this entryway, so that it's just covering the whole thing like a horrible spider web. Hi, Hunt the Box.
I didn't know how else to respond.
It attacks for 15 to AC.
Oh, miss.
Yeah. So it rises up above and starts to kind of like wave down towards you, but you're just able to hold it off with your shield, and it starts to like kind of suction cup and spider web all over the place, just like a big booger, like the big giantest, most annoyingest booger ever. You hear though whatever your reaction is, you start to hear a sizzling noise on the other side of your shield where it's adhering itself.
So the shield is sizzling, or it is sizzling? Just sizzling.
There's some sizzle going on.
Some sizzle. Urith, on the other side of the wall.
When I was over there, did I see any like metal objects sticking out of this thing?
You could imagine so. Like there was like just all sorts of junk in it. It looked like numerous things had fallen inside. Yeah, I mean, I would say that sure, you probably saw some metal junk in there.
Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go running back across.
Okay. It will basically take your turn to get back there because
To get there.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Too far. Do you have an inspiration point? Just saying.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's a good point. I do have one. In fact, I will spend that.
Shut up, Matt.
Cast.
Let me kill you already.
I'm fairly inspired myself. I could go for another swing.
I am going to do heat metal.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
I can do it within 60 feet. It's a ranged thing, so let me get
Yeah,
back over
yeah,
here.
absolutely. As you run back and you see this big thing, it's now climbing up this 30-foot wall and kind of trying to, reach around and just envelop Thornton, who's holding it back with like just his sheer force of will and the radiant energy of Ula. And within it, sure enough, everything from little bones and rat bones and skulls and stuff, all the way up to even like daggers and helmets are coming along with this thing.
Perfect.
Yep, absolutely. And you focus on whatever on the a helmet.
The biggest
Yeah.
piece you can find.
Yeah, there's a nice
Exactly, yep.
sharp.
I'm going to light that sucker up, which does 2d8 fire damage to it. And it's got a win against if it can drop it, it's got to win against a Constitution saving throw
to drop it.
to drop it. Yep.
Very
Otherwise,
cool.
it continues to take damage.
So it's heated up to a damaging point of 2d8 damage. So what
Correct,
is
it's
what is,
glowing.
yeah? So what does it look like when you cast this on this helmet?
It casts it on the helmet, and the helmet starts heating up to the point where it's glowing metal.
Nice. Very cool. Okay.
3 and 2, and I did 5 points of fire
5
damage.
points of fire damage. Yeah. It starts to sizzle and screech and try and pull away from it. We'll see if it does it on its turn. Liam.
I'm going to equip a silver arrow
Okay.
and hope that this thing is weak or it helps in some way.
Sure.
And I'm going to shoot an arrow at it.
With which bow?
With the new one. Is there a name for this said bow?
That's Frilly Lily, right?
Gosh, it
Well, that's what I
should
have
be.
to say. But
Nope, it is. We can just call it the Tina's Bow of Beauty.
I'm just going to call it Frilly Lily.
Okay.
It's called New Bow.
It's called White Bow +1. Okay. So 20.
Yep, that's a hit.
Right? Yeah. My longbow attack bonus is 9.
Is there anything you would like to say after your arrow goes into it?
Well, I haven't rolled damage yet, so
Okay.
who knows?
Okay. Gotcha.
Which is
Now,
I haven't shot an arrow this entire game.
potentially
1d8.
out of character, but does anyone know what this ooze would look like if it were bloodied?
I know, right? That's I'm like
More Uzi?
need more
Would it be like
more
less consistent?
Yeah.
It
like
would
shredded.
It wouldn't be able to gather itself.
like
Just kinda more
crappy silly putty instead of really
drippy.
good silly putty.
Right.
It's like the
Silly putty in a microwave.
Do you ever make your own like homemade silly putty with cornstarch, where like it's liquid?
Oh, yeah.
If you tighten it, that's when it gets all. Apparently, only Jake is the one that's done
No,
this
I've
with
done
me.
this. I know what you're talking about.
Roll
Yeah,
your
it's
dice.
like rock hard
Alright.
when you put pressure on it, but then it oozes.
So 5 damage, and
Plus,
I do get a plus there.
plus 4.
Oh, +4. All right, so 9 damage.
Oh, no.
And I love Frilly Lily.
So immediately,
You got a new dex, so it would be 10 damage total. Because
Oh,
it's
okay.
plus your dex.
on the heels of this first arrow, arcs out a beam of like yellow light and almost like little ethereal petals of like pink and yellow light like fall in a trail behind it as this second arrow of justice goes flying out and hits it for another bit of radiant damage. And it seems to not like that very much.
Oh, well, it's
yeah,
like-
it very much hurts it.
Good.
It's like the first one like sticks in and it kind of like quivers in pain, and the second one like rips through it, and there's almost this like burned hole from where the radiant energy went through it. Too bad you can only do that once per hour, but still, whatever. Isn't that what it said?
You did not say that
once
at all.
per
That's
hour.
what let me see what it
arrow.
says in here. Let me see what it is.
No, you can't change the rules
I can
now.
change it here. if
You
it's
cannot
written
change
down.
the rules
No,
now.
I'm not letting you double damage to us. You're like,
While
The entire game.
yeah. Once
while you're
once
looking
per
it
hour.
up, Sir CD says heat metal, awesome. I used to abuse that spell. You want to send a level 20 paladin after my level 10 cleric? That's okay. Heat metal on his full plate armor.
Yep.
Cast with the initial touch on the latches securing his armor, so they melt first. Now sit there and watch him cook in his own armor. So, Jake,
That's pretty
it's all
good.
you.
Maybe you shouldn't have said that in case you do compel duel at some point.
Yeah, so I can only do that once per
Once
hour.
per hour, yeah. So
Right.
I'm not. But you can
Mine was once per hour.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
So there you go.
My bow was obviously the best item because they didn't give me anything else.
if I get hit, I can put it onto this thing again.
So Thornton, top of the round. It is just getting pelted by molten hot.
So I'm going to do what I think is something somewhat heroic, and I'm going to take, like in 300 when they swoosh off all the arrows.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing with my shield.
Gotcha.
To get it off of my shield.
Okay.
Will be my attack.
Okay.
Heroically.
Heroically.
12.
You're not so much. You just kind of like sludge through it and you push it through, but you're just as stuck in it as possible.
I was really hoping for that to work.
You're like you do that and you're looking behind and in the assuming let's say your shield is metal covering a wood and backing or whatever, you can actually see ooze coming through your shield between the boards that make it up, between the slats of wood. Oh no!
Shield.
And it's smoking a little bit.
No, hold on.
What?
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
Okay, I'm good. That's all we got.
All right. Ooh. Okay. As you like pull back your hammer, you realize that your hammer is starting to be corroded too from where you've smacked this thing, and it is just sizzling all over you. It is not good.
I'm not happy about that.
No.
I'm wondering.
Well, yeah. It tries to attack you and it's just not able to. It's been dealing too much damage, but your hammer is permanently going to do one less damage, -1 to damage rolls.
What?
Yep.
Wow.
No, not attack rolls, but damage.
Damage
right?
rolls. Yep.
This is my good hammer.
I'm
too.
sorry. That's what the book says. That was the bad guy's turn. Urith.
Well, it still gets one more set of D8. Was it able to drop that
No
item?
Nope, it was not.
No. Perfect. So another D8 happens for 5.
It's
And-
bloodied.
Shoot.
Is there another metal
keeping
object
track
in
of
there?
damage?
It's oozy.
I am. What was that?
I would hope you are.
I am. What was that, Urith?
Is there another
I
metal
hit it with
object in there?
22.
Absolutely, yeah.
22.
Yeah,
I
there's
hit it
a
with
there's a
20.
chunk of breastplate.
Hey,
Sweet.
Urith, how much was your first heat metal? 10?
What?
How much damage did you first hit?
How
Okay.
much it's taken?
Oh, it did 10 total. It's 2D8, but it missed. Or no, it was 5 because it did
all that extra.
2 and 3.
Because of stuff that I did. So I'm sorry. So you did your thing. You cast that on another chunk of metal. And how much did you roll for that?
Let's
I'm going to say 110.
7 and 2, so 9.
Nice, very cool. Wow. Okay, next round, top of the round, Thornton.
Me again?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, wait a minute, Thornton.
Did you go
I'm sorry,
again?
Liam.
I guess I will just shoot another silver arrow
Okay.
at it.
Another lily arrow?
Apparently, I'm not allowed to do that every time.
Oh, sorry.
Because someone had to change the
You
rules.
might as well
It
switch
says
back
that
to your
you're-
regular bow.
I might as well switch back to my regular bow.
You can.
Put this frilly damn thing away.
Okay.
That'd be some great fan art.
17.
Yeah, totally a hit. Yep.
Okay.
Your pluses are ridiculous.
That's an 8 plus 5 is 13 damage.
Okay.
And as a move, I'm going to do a
that's
little
a construct.
pirouette and excitement.
Okay. I like it. Very fancy. Rating spot.
I just realized that that's a concentration check for the heat metal.
Oh, to keep it going?
Yeah, so I'd only be able to do that the one time then.
Okay, cool. I'll just take off the 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. But she kept it going. It's just fine. That's good. That'll keep this going a little bit longer. Oh, wait. Okay. Math.
My turn?
Yes, Thornton's turn.
All right. I'm going to go for another swing of the old hammer.
Okay.
Try to hit the thing, because I don't have anything crappier I can hit it with. It is what I do. It is what it is.
Yep.
All right. Oh, lost the die.
What is it?
6 plus 6 is 12.
No, not enough.
I'm using an inspiration point to give it another swing, because I just didn't feel like my back was
Okay.
into that one.
Okay.
And 5.
Okay. You do splat into it one of the times, and take Oh wait, wrong dice, bigger dice. Take 3 points of acid damage as a splatter of it kind of finds its way past your armor and
Okay.
burns at you a little bit.
Your hammer is now -2. Son of a bitch. Okay, so this thing is going to try all sorts of stuff. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it drops the burning helmet, finally. It gives up on that and it kind of stumbles and bounces off Thornton's helmet and rolls away. It is going to try to envelop him because you guys are hurting it way too much. Oh, my God. It learned how to fight from the hag up above and is just held off once more as it does it. But your shield is really taking a
The
beating.
brunt of the
Yeah,
damage.
it's really just kind of getting nastified.
Okay.
Very cool. Oh, yeah, and that's it because it can't hit shit. So, Urith.
It doesn't like light.
You sure?
The radiant damage, it didn't like that.
Oh.
My frilly
Oh,
lilies.
that's a good point.
His frilly lily burned a bigger hole than his regular lily.
I'm gonna run up to the dwarf and cast light on his shield.
What's left of my shield?
Okay.
What's left of it? Yeah.
Okay. You do so. Somewhere under the murk there, I'm sure there's a light shining brightly. That.
So it's not like translucent where a little bit of
No,
light is
it's
leaking out.
probably more of the fiery damage stuff.
Or the radiant one that's actually imbued with the spirit of a god. But yep, you do try so, and like the bits of his shield that do become exposed are certainly shining, but yeah, nothing is there. You can actually see light coming back through your shield where the holes are starting to be
Little
eaten
holes are
through it.
starting
Yeah.
to go out.
Liam.
You lied to me, Liam.
Like, you haven't lied to me before.
Touche.
Do we have any milk to throw on this apple? That might calm my stomach.
We need a base.
You start imagining milk, like maybe there's some spores around.
I guess I'm just going to shoot another arrow. I like my distance. I'm just going to kind of hang out, you know. That's a 9, so 18.
Yeah, that's a hit.
3 plus 5 is 8 damage.
Okay. Very good. This thing has got pieces of it flaking off and going like crazy, but it's still trying to come on strong. Thornton. Miss so I can hit you once and do something really cool.
Yeah.
Don't look at me like that.
$24 to hit.
Okay.
So I'm at -2. I get 1d10. So 4 damage.
That's it. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 2.
Oh, okay.
So it's just my modifier. And I'm going to do my Divine Strike.
Okay, what's that do?
It's the radiant damage, the one.
Oh, okay. You can just do that as many times as you want.
I use up a spell slot.
Or it's a spell
when I
slot.
do.
Gotcha.
Yep,
Okay.
so I'll be down to 1 spell slot.
Yep.
So I get 2d8 of radiant damage. There we go. 10 radiant damage.
Okay. It erupts into burning pieces and goes everywhere and dies. It's like doesn't really do any more damage to anything.
Tables were flipped.
Oh my
Books were
god!
thrown.
Oh my god! What would the
Sorry,
next?
we killed him.
Oh, the next attack would have missed anyway, so it's fine. Yeah. So your radiant damage just rips this thing apart, and it falls into chunks of goo and putty and burns, and kind of just evaporates and dries up on the spot. The ground is still covered in grossness, but it's not heaving or moving or anything, and it's basically like as its life force leaves it, it kind of just more turns into a liquid and starts to just dissipate and soak into the ground.
So we're assuming it's no longer acidic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Urith.
Yeah.
Radiant damage. Told you so, suck it.
Light is different than radiant damage in the way that it's damage. So is there any
I'm gonna
hope
start
for
looking at some of the stuff this thing dropped off.
is there hope for my shield or my hammer at all?
Your hammer is currently at -2.
Forevers?
Forevers, and your shield is just ruined.
All right, I'm looking for a shield and a hammer in the bone or in the ooze and crap.
Everything inside of there is
Destroyed.
really, really bad. Yeah, your hope is either to huck all the way back to the pile of corpses, see the flumps, or like use something else for a while.
Well, even at -2, it's better than my javelins.
Sure.
So I suppose.
I will say, via the maps, we are not very far from the flumps, as well as from what they told us, this is an old dwarven mining
That's
station.
true.
So the,
There-
We may find some more
we
stuff
may
around
find
here.
some more stuff pressing forward.
Thornton is just sad, sad dwarf looking at his
Absolutely it.
helmet or his shield and his hammer. I will say, only because I want to, and like, had I been able to land one of those hits, 48 acid damage. If I had landed one of those ones, but they all missed.
oh, that's fine. I would have just reverted
Yeah.
it back onto it.
Matt could have used his new
Oh, that's
special
a
head.
good
And that would have been fine. That'd be really interesting. Is it? Wait. Okay. Let's see if it's immune to acid damage. All right, we do it.
Now we're theory crafting.
No, this is
Now
super
we're
fun.
theory crap. I like that.
It is not immune. Wait, yeah, it is immune to acid damage.
So
But so it would have went back on it, but it would have been impervious. Like if you got like something poisoned you successfully, you'd be like whatever.
It's just your free hit, basically, or free turn.
Yeah,
So how does acid damage work then? Is it? I mean,
just corrodes something. I would imagine it's like flat, like not like a hot pan being pressed against you, but
curious how immunity works then.
how immunity works.
Yeah.
Immunity is just something like
I'm just
You are
imagining
it, so
that
you are
like
immune to it.
I guess I don't know the attack, so I don't know.
Well,
I'll quit-
like-
It's like
quit talking.
fighting fire with fire. It's really, you're just making more fire.
or like if you had hit it with something like a sword that then also put down lightning damage. Like the sword might have hurt it, but the lightning damage wouldn't have.
So that's, I guess, more my question. Was there anything other than acid damage?
To you?
Had it hit me? Had it been
Oh.
able to get through my wonderful shield that's now destroyed? And sad,
Well, yeah, there are, but
not that attack.
no, there's a little bit of bludgeoning damage, but it's 6.
So it
1d6.
would have taken that bludgeoning damage had I reverted it, but not the acidic damage.
Right? Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yep.
That's all I was wondering.
Yep.
Is,
Yep.
Was there
The little bit of force that it inflicted on you would have went back, but
You know, the little puke of blood.
No, maybe see that would have been fine though if it had hit you and you managed to kill it with the little bit of bludgeoning that you put back on it, but the acid is still. Well, then you would have turned the acid back though. It just
Right.
would have been ineffective.
Right.
But at least it would have been able. Anyway, it's all fine. Stupid hag, stupid ooze. I'm gonna put you guys in a room with like oozes and hags, and just in a line until I find one that's good.
And I'm going to set up a tea party
Apparently,
and just wait for them to mix.
cartoon characters are totally good, but everything else is just hopeless against you guys. Well, I think we should leave it there with you guys in this kind of like desecrated and annihilated courtyard. Over to the side, over to the north side, there is a large door, like a 20-foot by like 40-foot tall door that leads into this tower, and it's like used to have probably a very nice ornate wooden door that's just been like eroded and shattered and blasted in, and who knows what kind of wonderful, horrible things are inside of it. But the assumption will be that you'll go in there and start heading up towards the surface, or at least towards up the, wherever you guys are, and and go from there. So if anybody else has any actions, otherwise that's where we'll leave it.
Well, and I'm seeing within temporary quarters we're dwarves, so there's going to be a bar. Right?
There
will
could be.
There's going to be
On every corner.
right. Everywhere there's bars.
So in like an elf world, is it like a Starbucks in every corner? But in dwarves, it's like
yes.
yeah.
There is a bar across the street from a bar.